2020, a year like no other, and like no other organization, Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey was built for this moment. On March 12th, the World Health Organization declared a global pandemic, and the world started shutting down.
This morning, I signed an executive order directing nearly all of our 9 million residents to quite simply stay at home.
Although Federation's office did close, our work never stopped. In one of the biggest tests our organization has ever faced, we knew that our community was relying on us, and we weren't going to let anyone down, here, in Israel, or around the globe. We immediately reimagined how Federation was going to do business. We were literally left with more questions than answers. No one knew what tomorrow would bring, and no one knew when the pandemic would end. But the one thing we did know was that our community was going to need action.
I remember on Thursday, March 12th, it was 2 o'clock, and we figured out we were in for a longer haul. We need PPE, we need extra cleaning, we need overtime, and the total number was $300,000. We continued to convene our agency directors on a weekly basis. And over the course of 2020, we distributed over $1.3 million.
Federation has always answered the call to help those in need, not just during a crisis, but each and every day. In ordinary times, our work never stops. But in extraordinary times, when our most vulnerable are at even greater risk, we kick into overdrive. And this was not just a local crisis. Our brothers and sisters in Nahariya, Israel, were having the same experience. To galvanize and create a plan of action, we turned to the experts, our agency executives. They were on the front line. We needed to learn what they were seeing and what they needed. This is where partnerships really matter.
There's no question that the last 15 months have been like no other 15 months for anybody working in our industry. Within 24 hours of the pandemic hitting us, we realized at JFCS that every single program and service that we provide to the community is essential. With the growth of food insecurity in our community, that's been incredibly dramatic. Federation has been there every step of the way, providing the funding that we've needed, providing the support that we've needed. Our relationship has never been better than it is now. There's nothing that's more helpful in doing our work than knowing that we're not alone.
And while this was going on, we still needed to make sure our community was safe. But suddenly, the word safe took on a whole new meaning.
So initially when I became the Director of Community Security, my main focus was to make sure I kept the community safe. When the pandemic hit, it changed things a little. It added a whole new twist to it because we really needed to fight a deadly virus that you couldn't see. We were able to help the synagogues communicate with the local police. We were able to help them obtain a security company or maybe have a guard during the services. And we realized that this was not going to be a quick fix and that we were going to be in it for the long haul. It was important people could work and worship in a safe manner.
Federation brought the community together to volunteer. People wanted to roll up their sleeves and help. There was so much energy around this that you knew we weren't just going to get through this pandemic, but we were going to emerge stronger.
In 2020, Supplies for Success distributed 1,800 backpacks to students in Bergen, Passaic, and Hudson counties to help start them out on the best foot forward in the coming school year.
I wanted to thank the Jewish Federation and the community for their kind donations that are going to be helping out all our clients and all of our clients' children.
In November, Mitzvah Day on the Move distributed 3,000 projects into the community addressing different population needs, from isolated seniors to vulnerable children to the homeless. Mega Food Drive took on a new role in our community. We introduced the Blue Bag Challenge, which was widely successful, and we were able to distribute 20,000 pounds of food to 17 different food pantries.
And then we were introduced to Zoom. Federation hosted our first virtual event on Zoom less than 30 days after closing our building. Since then, we've hosted nearly 100 events for all ages. So 2020 was truly the year we never imagined. We never could have dreamt of the chaos, confusion, and isolation that COVID-19 brought. We could never have envisioned a time when our entire staff worked out of their dining rooms, kitchens, and bedrooms. And yet, we never doubted Federation's ability to pivot and respond in a time of crisis. But this is not just about Federation. This is about Federation as a community with all its partners, friends, donors, and supporters. And here we are 15 months later, quelling with pride in our people and extreme gratitude for our community. Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey was built for this moment, and all the moments going forward in our everyday lives as our community rebounds, recovers, and thrives.